Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back from spring break, as interesting as it was. I hope you're all safe and happy. I am going to do a Tuesday and Thursday update from here on out because that's less recording and it's less me talking, and I think it'll be more helpful in the long run. So look for these messages, these updates on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, listen to them because I am talking about important things as we go through these discussions. So I have my agenda. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. The very first thing that I want you to know is that senior project presentation grades, I am still grading those. I am still watching them. I find myself watching them like 2 or 3 times, sometimes going back through the rubric. I'm messaging people. Your grade, remember, that grade that I give you is not final. So if you get a 75 but you really want a 90, then by all means record it again. Sometimes I can get to 75 and I'm like, hey, where's your PowerPoint? Where's your presentation? Like, can you send that to me? Because that's on the rubric and I need to see it. And they send that to me and I make that adjustment. So don't hesitate to, don't get upset if you see a grade that you don't like, because you have the option of submitting more evidence and you have the option of redoing it all the way up until I think the 23rd is our deadline. The 23rd. So all the way up until the 23rd, you have over a week to re-record that if you would like. I am still missing some presentation grades. Please make sure that happens. Get that to me ASAP so that then I can give you a grade. If I don't have those grades by the 23rd, then I have to submit your name to administration. I'm probably going to submit your name to administration this week. So make sure you get me that presentation ASAP. So for the next 3 weeks, since we're here for the foreseeable future, the next 3 weeks are going to be, we're going to call them a learn from home sort of boot camp on character analysis, because the AP Lit exam is focusing on a Q2, which is where they give you the excerpt, and they're going to talk to you about, hey, what's the relationship between these characters? So they're going to look at characterization, they're going to look at relationships, they're going to look at setting, that kind of thing. We've done several Q2s. But since that's what their focus is going to be, and they've identified those skills as the most important for the remainder of the year, it's sort of like this triage situation. What do we focus on? Will we focus on this? Mr. Cox and I are also going to focus on those same skills, regardless of whether you're taking the test or not. If College Board has identified this as an important element, then we are going to follow suit and identify that as an important element as well. Now, I know that this learn from home thing can be a little overwhelming. So we've made a schedule that we're going to follow for the next 3 weeks or so. That schedule is going to be excerpt or a short story on Monday or Tuesday. Today we'll release the first one today. So Monday, and you'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to read that, annotate that, get that done. Wednesday we will open up a sort of a message board. And you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get to the message board and answer a question or discuss the story or whatever it is. I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then Friday, we will open up some sort of written response. It's not an essay because none of us are in that place at this point in time. When we start talking about the exam a little bit later, we will start talking about practicing that 45-minute essay window. But that's not right now. So Monday, release a story. Wednesday, release the digital discussion, the message board. Friday, release the writing prompt, and you'll have all the weekend to get the writing prompt done. So we're asking you to do 3 things every week, but we're giving you 2.5 to 3 days to get those things accomplished. And at any point in time you feel like you're behind or you're struggling or whatever, please just like log into we're going to have to be in Google Meet. So log into Google Meet, message me through Remind, whatever it is, and I can help you through those things. You have the internet at your disposal. Don't be afraid to look things up. The first passage we're going to do this week is actually from an AP test, the 2017 test. And it's the Adventures of Mr. Peregrine Pickle. It was a terrible name. But there's a lot of information currently about that passage online. So don't hesitate to go and look and think and view that. To help get you sort of warmed up to this idea. That's one of the reasons we chose this piece. Also that because it's short. We have a short week, short piece. So if you keep your eye on the calendar, I am starting to make those adjustments so that you can see what we see. Your digital discussion, because I can't have all 100 kids on one message board, I have divided you into one of 5 groups. You're either on red team, orange team, green team, blue team, or purple team. I like colors, so it's, I think, more interesting than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, whatever. So colors. So you've been organized into those groups. If you don't know what color you are in, you need to check your school email. So at this point in time, I am going to share my screen with you so you can see what I see, and I will explain some of those things to you. Okay, so when I talk to you about what team you're in, so I have assigned you to a message board, to a Google chat. The only way I can do that is to send it to your school mail. If you don't know how to log into your school mail, it is portal.office.com. You get the screen that looks a lot like, come on, Microsoft, like this one, and your mail is there. Okay, so it will send you an email and say, hey, you've been invited to this Google chat. Do you want to go? Yeah, you do. But it's there. So red team, Mason, Emma, Caitlin, Skyla, Savannah, Jaslyn, Angel, so and forth. Orange team, Lindsay, Ari, William, Alana. Green team, there. Blue team, and purple team. So what will happen is on Wednesday, I will post 2 questions about the story, and you'll need to go and respond to those questions, respond to your classmates, just like a message board. I don't know if the children still know what message boards are. I might be dating myself, the old pioneer of the internet, but a message board. So like a delayed chat, maybe. So that is where you'll find that. If you don't see your invitation, let me know. I can help you, but you need to make sure that you can log into this. So use your school email. So go to portal.office.com, or you can log in with your class link. I don't really like class link, but if you want to go to your class link, it's there as well. But it's your Outlook, it's your mail that is on your portal.office.com, your Microsoft account. Yes, it uses the Google ending. I don't know, just school has to be confusing sometimes. All right, so there's your teams. What we'll basically be doing is, I have an example from Mr. Cox here, just because I haven't used Google Chat. It's not my preference, but we're using it because you have to compromise in life. So Mr. Cox has posted a question here, and people have answered it. You can see that there are different threads. That's basically what will happen. Is this will be question 1, this will be question 2, and you just respond after that. They will be open. These rooms will be open pretty much all the time as soon as the questions are done. I'll close them out probably by the weekend so that we can make room for more questions, that kind of thing. So that's Google Chat. That's your color group. Sign into your school mail. I've told you that for the next 3 weeks, that's our method. We're going to do that. Let me show you the calendar. So here is our calendar. All right, April, read and annotate, Mr. Peregrine Pickle. I'm going to open those boards tomorrow because, again, this is a really short week. So and it's a short piece. It's about a page. So I'm going to give you that today. I'm going to release it today after this video. There's the message board, then the response. And then next week you have, here's the next piece, here's the message board, here's the response. And that will go pretty much in that same order. Y'all don't need to pay attention to the blue. That's research. But this is really what you need to be looking at. And I'm going to put those dates in Google Classroom as well. Some of you are saying, well, Ms. Sumerlin, what about IRP? This is a lot of work with IRP. I want you to pause on IRP. So when College Board made this announcement about the exam and what they consider to be important, Mr. Cox and I made the executive decision to say, okay, well then IRP is important and we want IRP, but we're going to make that an after the test thing. So the AP exam is on May 13th. Your IRP is not going to be due until May 15th. I don't want you worried about it. I don't want to be done. School is ending, I think, on May 22nd. So get it to me by then. Like that's the thing. If you're making a creative element, then you can take a picture of it, send it to me. You can always like save it or drop it off at, no, just save it. But that's IRP. That's after the test. I know IRP is a big deal, and it's important to us, to Mr. Cox and I, and it's a good assignment. but in these times we have to make some calls. So again, we're pushing that IRP back to after the test. So if you're working on it right now, put a pin in it, move it away. I'm going to try to make that as clear as possible. Put a pin in it, move it away. Currently, oh, and for annotation. So when we say, hey, read and annotate Mr. Peregrine Pickle, you can do that in Google Docs, like with comment features and highlights, or you can do that in Kami. Kami is a really easy to use kind of website. All you have to do is go to wherever it is you want in your Google Drive, or when you open it up from Google Classroom, it'll say, hey, how do you want to open this? Open with Google Docs or annotate with Kami. If you install Kami in your Google Docs, in your Google Drive, it'll be an option for you, and it is super easy to use. If you are opening it through Google Classroom, Kami will be an option to you. I like it. It's easy. It's efficient. It's pretty straightforward. But again, you can just annotate in Google Docs if you want. That's what I've done right here. Okay, so trying to make sure that I've got all of that done before I stop sharing my screen. Okay, back to me. So grades. Grades are a big issue right now. I am honestly really behind on grades because I didn't think that the senior project thing would take me this long, but it is. I'm currently grading senior projects. I hope to be done with that by Wednesday. No, wait, today's Tuesday. By Thursday. And then I am grading dialectical journals. And then I am grading those IRP essays you wrote before we left. And then I'm grading makeup work. So keep an eye on your Infinite Campus. Keep an eye on your grade. If you see something that's not right, please let me know. I'm looking in a lot of different places online, blah, 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 on Remind, in my email. I'm looking at a lot of places and I might miss your grade. So please let me know if you don't see something or if something looks wrong. I am going to keep bothering you about things because I have to. I'm going to nag you about stuff, and that's fine. If you get annoyed with me, I'm sorry. I'm not paid to like me. But if you have situation going on, please let me know, because I don't want to be bothering you if your parents are going through a nasty divorce or if there's something really stressful going on in your household. Let me know so that we can work together on that, and I'm not frustrating you. And if I bother you and say, hey, you're missing this assignment or you're missing that assignment, that's not a condemnation. That's not a criticism. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm missing stuff. We're all human here. But I do want you to know what you're missing, because communication is key. And that's really important. I want to end this with a congratulations to SKYLAR for valedictorian. Good job. And a congratulations to Jerry for salutatorian. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that y'all know and that you have known, but it's so wonderful when it's official, and I'm really proud of you. Last note, we are going to have to move office hours to Google Meets instead of Zoom, so stop looking for a Zoom account. The school really doesn't want us to use Zoom because it's had some security issues with like Zoom bombing and things like that. Google Meets is a little more under our umbrella of security, so look for me there. I'm going to post a link that my office hours are 10 to 1 every day. I'm not going to make you check in with me anymore. I just wanted to make sure that there, but you most certainly may. Anytime you have a question or you want a face-to-face or you want to have a conversation, access that Google Meet and I will be there. I'm either running after the puppy or running after the dog, running after the kid, but I will be there. And if you haven't watched John Krasinski's Some Good News on YouTube, you definitely should. There's 3 episodes in and it's wonderful. It makes me feel so much better about life. That's just my little hey, here's the thing to make you happy. If you have any questions about all of this, I know this is a ton of information and I am so sorry. If you need to watch this again, watch this again. Or tell your friends, hey, you really should watch this one because there's a ton of information on it. Look for another video on Thursday where I'll recap some of this stuff because, again, repetition helps. Stop in on Google Meet. I hope to see you soon. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye, guys.